Hi y'all, this is probably the biggest horror fan. I'm gonna be like trashing this film called American Psycho 2 because I saw it on Demi Kill Count and I figured, I think about making a video of me trashing this movie. Alright, let's do this!
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm Chelsea Rebecca, and today we're looking at American Psycho 2, All-American Girl, which was released straight to DVD in 2002.
Fucking
While the
course.
first film is somewhat of a misunderstood masterpiece, this sequel absolutely lives up to its abysmal reputation.
I bet.
Mean it. This thing is majestically terrible. It buries any
Tell me about it.
beneath overwritten scenes filled with painfully bloodless kills and
yeah, because the kills are fucking dreadful. Even if there was blood, this movie is fucking dreadful.
It also has very little to do with the first film. No surprise, since it wasn't an American Psycho sequel to begin with. It started production as a thriller.
I would rather watch The Girl Wouldn't Die.
A screenplay by two people who had no prior credits. Aside from
they've written jack shit after this. After this piece of shit.
Lionsgate decided they wanted American Psycho to be a franchise.
A fucking course.
They forced the Patrick Bateman connection into
yeah.
The Girl Who Wouldn't Die.
This is Dracula 2 Ascension levels of awful, though.
Well, the movie has a glorious 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Our All-American Girl Who Wouldn't Die is Rachel Newman, played by Mila Kunis. Though only 18, Kunis had already filmed four seasons of That 70s Show and 2 of Family Guy. Those were
I would rather watch those two shows.
This movie. Rachel is a college student studying to become an
70s Show and Family Guy.
And believes a lucrative position as her professor's TA.
Where have I seen that before? Huh?
Her classmates are also eyeing the job, and when the competition gets too
hot,
the
that's right.
Start stacking some student bodies. All those bodies hanging around are going to start smelling pretty bad. So
just like the awfulness of this fucking movie.
Dr. Swatch makes a range of high-performing natural self-care products that leave you feeling clean and smelling fresh. Their soap bars, hair care, and deodorant are the perfect addition to any bathroom, like the one I'm filming in now instead of being on the Kill Count set. Because as this movie shows, sometimes you need to go back and film things after you're done shooting everything else. I started using Dr. Squanch after my husband got them as a sponsor. They smell
good for James A. Janice.
I help myself from stealing the Bay Rum bar. It's
James A. Janice and Chelsea Rebecca are fucking awesome. Got a fucking soap.
And they do it with products that are all at least 98% natural.
That's fucking funny though.
Everything on here. How many soaps can you say that for? You don't have to answer. I have the ingredient list for another bar of soap that shall remain nameless. Sodium lauryl isocyanate. Those aren't.
That's because we have fucking brains.
For yourself with the link below, and new customers can use code DSQDeadMeat to get 20% off.
You know, DSQ Dead Meat. I could try that.
Promises it's angrier, deadlier, sexier. Not sure about 2 of those, but I'm here to test that.
Yeah.
One. Let's
because and fucking awfuler. Yeah, awfuler.
The movie begins with another head. He buys those in bulk at Costco. Our favorite murderous money man is grabbing an eye mask.
I like Costco.
Just like in the first film. His outfit's a little strange though, and
just like the first film. Poor fucking Ray.
He's now played in The Peripheral by some guy named Michael Kremko, probably because Christian Bale was busy fighting dragons.
Rain of Fire is a much better movie.
They sent him the script, to which he responded like that guy from Dorsia.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be in this shitty-ass movie. It's just smart on him. Christian Bale is actually one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, good on him that he turned down this piece of shit.
Monologue, though one less introspective and more describing the things we're seeing.
God, I mean, look at her. All drugged up and tied to a chair.
As Rachel kills Clara? Question mark? Not sure how, but that's a bunch of digital blood on the floor, so sure.
And the blood looks like shit.
Bateman's too busy doing whatever it is he's doing to notice Rachel's sneak.
I had the first film on Blu-ray, and I would rather watch this sooner rather than later.
Yep, that's how they kill off the iconic main character from the first film, off screen, by a tween. The plucky murderer takes an elevator title card.
Title card? Like we didn't see it the first time. Why they put it in like we didn't see it the first fucking time?
That Rachel was never tied to the crime scene. scene, even though like,
Yeah.
one of the bodies
I mean, like,
was her.
this movie has no respect for its audience at all.
For a couple of years by now. Why
Meg
is this
Griffin
generation so
from
bad?
So here I am today.
Family Guy.
Behavioral studies program in the nation.
According to a very real-looking sign, Rachel attends the fictional West Washington College. She has her sights set on the FBI Academy at Quantico, a decision she made shortly after killing Patrick Bateman.
I silently
Patrick
vowed to devote my
Bateman?
life to stopping other
Oh.
psycho killers.
Christian
She wants
Bale
to
is
be a
awesome.
federal. Before she can be Starling, she's gonna have to be Starfleet with Professor Bobby Starkman.
Calling me Bobby.
Sorry, Robert Starkman, played by the captain himself, William.
He
Shatner.
also starred in...
FBI
He also starred in that movie Slither.
Which is not a real job. He retired after failing to
A
solve
much
the
better
murder
movie than
of
this.
Patrick Bateman.
Funny how life works, isn't it?
Starkman's looking to replace his current teaching assistant, Elizabeth McGuire, played by Hilary Duff. Oh wait, sorry, that's Kim Schrainer, last seen on the kill count getting ragdolled by the Hoffmanator in Saw 3D. Rachel wants
A pretty
the job,
terrible
she
movie,
sees
to
it
be
as a
honest
fast
with you.
track to
Another one
FBI.
that's a terrible
Unfortunately,
sequel.
So does the entire class, including Rich Kid Brian, Smart Kid Keith, and Has Boobs Kid Cassandra, whom Starkman very openly flirts with after class. She even gives her a heart necklace
Me
from
laughing about this.
Rachel fills out her TA application, but is told by a school employee named Gertie that she can't apply because she's only a freshman. This is a prime example of this movie's awful screenplay. We shouldn't spend this long
Yeah.
discussing the minutia.
If I got a hold of the screenplay, I would just rip it to shreds.
GPAs, like when that Brian kid
Yeah, or
complains
just
about
burn
not
it.
being high enough for the
Like
job.
Equilibrium style.
My cousin actually was named for him.
You want a dangerous drinking game? Drink every time a character says GPA.
GPA.
GPM.
GPA.
That'll leave you drunker than 2013 me watching Snow White. Eat it, Rich! Outside, Gertie is stalked to a score that sounds like transition music from SpongeBob SquarePants. Can we actually add some Perfect. I saw one reviewer say this music sounds like it came from Desperate Housewives, and that's dead on accurate.
Actually, one of the better shows.
Gertie gets home in the year of our Lord 2002 and calls out for her cat Ricky Martin, who is currently being put in a microwave. Come on, that's not an ATM. Lucy, look away. Thankfully, the cat doesn't get fully urban legended. The death in this scene is
Another one of the better
Gertie, who
movies.
gets knocked over by an edgy guitar solo. She's beaten to death by a figure in a hoodie who uses an award.
I don't care who's behind the hoodie.
Kind of lame that it happens off screen, but Ricky eating hair stuck to her brain matter is
Ew.
a nice touch. A figure in that same hoodie walks back to Rachel's dorm and is revealed to be that Brian dude asking Rachel on a date. So did Brian kill Gertie? I genuinely can't tell if this is an intentional fake out or bad costuming, like how Rachel's been wearing the movie subtitle on her shirt. Could just be the script though, seeing as an alien apparently wrote this scene. Bye.
That is dead on accurate. Some kind of fucking alien designed to ruin franchises.
Yeah. Okay, the scene can be over now.
Alright, I'll see you at 8.
Whatever.
Maybe I'll be there like 5 minutes later.
Dude, leave! Their dinner conversation isn't any better as Brian tries to bribe Rachel into dropping out of the great TA race. I think he can afford it too, judging by this restaurant and its clientele. It's definitely not the campus Pancheros. Instead of sensibly taking his money and waiting a single year to apply, Rachel lures Brian back to her dorm room with a junk-cutting montage of giggles that lasts way too long. Brian begins to notice
Yeah,
some things that
cut
seem
the
out of
fat,
place, like a picture of
please.
someone who's not Rachel and an ice pick, which we all know is primarily a murder tool. But Rachel eschews the pick for this prick and instead comes from behind to strangle him to death with a gun. For her pleasure. That's probably the most famous line from this movie, but do not let it distract you from the fact that they went back to that goofy-ass cowboy music during this kill.
Today.
Rachel disposes of his body while voicing a justification, reasoning that she'll be able to save lives when she's in the FBI.
I'm killing this dude to save the money. Sort of like Rock.
I would rather watch
Even
Dexter.
She knows that sounds batshit, so she schedules a meeting with the school psychiatrist, Dr. Daniels, a friend of Professor Starkman. The two of them talk for months, I guess, given the amount of dissolves in
Huh.
the scene. It might honestly be her sophomore year by the time she leaves. At least their combo
Yeah.
gives us critical info we didn't already know.
Bullshit.
If you could be anyone in the world,
Yeah, bullshit.
Accept yourself.
This editing is so awful. I mean, like, this movie is edited so badly. I mean, like, I thought it was like a made-for-TV movie, but it turned out to be a direct-to-DVD horseshit.
Patient doctor confidentiality, which is being all sorts of violated right now. The two make an agreement.
Good thing I didn't bother watching the whole movie. Otherwise, I would have been suffering.
Questions yourself out of a HIPAA violation. Daniels implies that the patient is a female student who's obsessed with Starkman, setting us up for some sitcom-level misunderstanding later. Rachel attends a...
There's a lot of better sitcoms I could be watching.
Tries to talk to Starkman. He's already knee-deep in bootlickers. No one is giving her an opening. Bitch. And why is everyone so mean to her?
Oh, fighting Barbie.
Huh, that's probably why. At least Cassandra is around. She's kind of Rachel's friend. We learned that earlier when we all...
She stars in Dawn of the Dead.
Wonder if she used a heart pizzazz.
Huh.
It's Heart Pizzazz, the new hair-weaving tool for
Another one of the better movies I could be watching right now.
Cassandra is played by Lindsay Booth. Last seen on The Kill Count in the OG Wrong Turn.
Another one of the better movies. Wrong Turn.
Another movie in which she has an affair with her professor.
Wrong Turn. I could be watching that by now.
Cassandra, who is weirdly proud of
Cry
sleeping
Wolf.
with a
Even
married
Cry
teacher,
Wolf.
tells Rachel she's all but
At least I'm more invested in what the hell's going on than this shit.
That tidbit earns her a scene transition joke.
Don't worry. I would never let you.
Don't let me.
As well
You
as
should have
the
let me
father
down by
when
this
it's revealed
awful
that Rachel
sequel.
has hanged Cassandra by her neck, and all she needs is a lovelorn note to make it look like a suicide. You know, as
Yeah.
long as the police don't dust for fingerprints or gather any DNA evidence whatsoever. Deciding she likes the psycho lifestyle, Rachel tells Dr. Daniels that she's done with their sessions, but she doesn't just quit with
Yeah,
therapy.
I'm gonna
She
be done with
fucking
this movie
drags his
watching
ass for, like,
session.
5 minutes straight.
A dead-end job with no
This
level.
session is just
All of
torture.
them, will you just stay here year after year?
Too many fucking dissolves.
Divorce?
Fuck
Your
this
life is
movie
very
in its
similar.
stupid asshole.
Those dissolves aren't actually in this scene. I just added them because I think it's a good callback.
Oh.
It's also very funny to
Thank
watch this
you.
poor man get roasted for what seems like hours. Rachel's newfound confidence leads her to a class debate with smart kid Keith, who finally gets to say a line of dialogue 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, he didn't say shit before that.
Pete,
P. It's a letter
P.
in the alphabet.
Yeah.
That kind of alphabetry earns Keith a stalking POV shot, and the music playing over it spells bad news with a capital B.
That subtitle is funny.
Baby, you
Oh
know
god, the
someone's gonna
SpongeBob
get
music
buried when you
again.
hear that Jackbox music. Rachel corners Keith in the library, stopping momentarily to admire his artwork. Huh, he sketches like Patrick Bateman. Oh well, better murder him. Off screen, of course. Because this movie...
The killer reveal in this movie is so fucking
Because
obvious.
I guess this guy doesn't
That
give a
I
damn
can't even
that
tell
anyone knows
who's
he's
who.
sleeping with a student. Seriously,
Session,
can you
even
imagine how
Session 9 had
ridiculous
these
your professor
camera
was
angles
sitting
to
around
disguise
for?
who's
He enters
who
the room and
until the end of the fucking movie.
Until he's within shot gasping distance of her. Not wanting to go the way of Kate Mara, he quickly cleans up the crime scene, disposing of the note and the picture she had of him out in the open on her desk. Damn, neither of these idiots cared about getting caught, huh? Starkman calls Daniels and
Yeah.
the seeds of confusion planted.
I'm not
there
going to that
blossom
school.
into a
Fuck
full-on
no.
vaudeville-esque misunderstanding.
Delicious deals on festive flavors at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Mount
Fuck this ad break. I'm gonna edit that out. And
let me guess.
Hey,
Silicone,
are you done yet?
dyes.
Ads.
Maybe restores dryness treated hair to its...
Open a 100% free checking account today at Travis Credit Union with no surprise fees.
There.
Who is?
Huh.
The she whose name we agreed not to say aloud.
My patient.
Well, seems Cassandra. Well, Daniel seems
Cassandra.
You're retired FBI and you use the school's guidance counselor as your therapist. Sure, whatever, script. With her competition eliminated, Rachel confidently awaits the
This movie makes Dracula 2 Ascension look like a goddamn masterpiece.
In other words, there'll be no TA position for an
next semester. Rachel's disappointment is so great, it can only be conveyed through
More dissolve.
Determined
What
not
the
to
fuck?
have murdered all those people in vain, Rachel shows up to Starkman's office that night dressed in Cassandra's blue dress. He doesn't notice at first since he's already
He's drunk out of his mind.
Some gratuitous teenager cleavage finally makes him realize she's got the necklace he'd given Cassandra in class. Understandably disturbed, Starkman demands that Rachel leave while telling her his thoughts about this whole damn movie.
This is unacceptable.
Bravery and what he's doing with his hands. She knows Starkman used to date another kid named Clara, Rachel's babysitter from the opening. Things get a little messy here, so bear with me, but I think Rachel says that Clara was on a date with Patrick Bateman after seeing a photo of him in Starkman's case files and thinking he was cute. Then Clara knowingly brought 12-year-old Rachel along.
They show the flashback of that opening scene like we didn't see it the first fucking time.
That doesn't make sense. Well, things get weirder.
Yeah. Weirder than your asshole.
Clara, I have questions. Rachel's allegedly had a Kirk kink since she was a little tween, and said she joined the school program specifically to get close to him. Starkman thinks
Fuck
that's
this
a
movie.
true origin story, and backs up against an open window. Rachel awkwardly blows him a kiss that turns out to be a genuine boost roda, since it blows him over the window sill. The only indulgence of this movie. Everything about this movie is bad. Not laugh.
Oh my god! This movie is so fucking bad.
What?
Please don't be upset, Bobby.
Stop calling me Bobby.
Since the movie's whole plot just fell to its death, Rachel decides to start murdering random people, beginning with this ginger.
Of course, because this movie fucking sucks. There's no tension. No tension. No suspense. No great reveals. Nothing. And nothing that made the original so good to begin with.
Rachel attacks him off screen with an ice pick. Why are they always screaming like that? You know what? Fuck it. Let's introduce some new characters. Rachel's parents make a surprise visit for her mother's birthday dinner. And it
Like I
both
give a
Rachel
shit.
and the audience didn't know about. Mrs. Newman helps pad the movie's runtime.
Well, is this restaurant reasonably priced?
Yes.
Cut to the bullshit.
Is there an early bird special?
While Mr. Newman complains that the room smells like a dead body. A scent he's
This
probably
movie
familiar
smells
with
like
from
a
his time of
dead
Grendel
dead
State
screenplay.
Before either of them can find anything incriminating, Rachel ushers her
I wonder what the
parents
fake ad is.
So unreal. How could something like this happen?
In 2002, tragedy struck Americans everywhere.
I turned on my TV and couldn't believe what I was seeing.
A true crime that remains unsolved to this day.
She was such a successful all-American girl.
A world filled with promise.
And I do not hope for a better world for anyone.
Killed by a studio fueled with greed.
Yeah.
From the makers of Foul Punishment, the
Foul
tale
Punishment.
of Howard the Duck, comes a new true crime podcast about the murder of the American Psycho franchise. American Psycho 2. All American 2. Being rejected this fall by Rooster Teeth.
Honestly, American Psycho shouldn't have been a franchise to be fucking begin with. It should have just been one and done. I heard they're doing a remake of that, which sounds stupid, to be honest with you.
So when he sees her, it's like he spotted a ghost.
That Scooby-Doo impression was so fucking funny.
The dead body of that security guard from last
Of
night.
course.
Has his body just been sitting there for 24 hours?
This is unacceptable.
Hope he got some overtime pay.
What's he doing, jacking off?
Pill bottle in Starkman's office, Daniels finally decides to get the police involved. He reports his friend's disappearance to two veterans of the kill count. Jim, played by Boyd Banks, who was also on the crew of the Grendel, and Harvey, played by Neil Crone, last seen arresting another teenage murderer in It Chapter 2. The officers inform him that Starkman is their third missing person this year, one of whom is quite interesting to Dr. Daniels.
Of course, the Newman girl.
Dun dun dun
Unlike
dun.
those dissolves earlier,
What
I
the
did
fuck?
not edit that music into the scene. They really use it that often. Anyway, Rachel Newman has been reported missing because the Rachel Newman we've been following isn't actually Rachel Newman. The real Rachel Newman is this spirit Halloween-looking corpse hanging in her dorm room closet. Looks like
The makeup
Rachel
effects
killed
are
her at the start of the
abysmal.
semester with a wire hanger. And what's our homicidal heroine's real name? Well, they never fucking tell us, so we'll just do what the movie does and keep calling her Rachel. Fake Rachel.
I would
put
rather
real
call her
Rachel's
Rachel.
body in a car with Starkman.
The first thing in a whodunit is actually reveal who the fucking killer's real name is. American Psycho 2 doesn't even bother to do that shit.
A car chase ensues, during which Harvey tries
Even
to
Urban Legend 2 managed to do that. Even I would rather watch Urban Legend the final cut than this.
Pull over when she's cruising to this absolute banger on the radio.
Yeah. Cowboy music. A fucking end.
This is probably one of the greatest twists in all of cinema. That clappity-ass Old West stock music actually exists in universe. Apparently, Rachel burned an hour-long loop of it onto a CD to listen to in her car. By the time this inept trio makes their way around the bend, they find Starkman's lifeless body chilling against a fence. A distraught Daniels narrowly avoids Rachel's speeding car, which explodes into an After Effects fireball at the bottom of the ravine. We fade into
I could do a better explosion effect than this.
Includes a pretty graphic slideshow of some bodies that definitely should have been found before now. How long has Keith been dead in that library?
This is unacceptable.
2 years later at Quantico, Daniels is on a book tour for the Dr. Loomis expose he did on Rachel Newman. While signing books afterwards, he's approached by
Halloween 2
a
remake
lawyer,
is
but
much
it's Rachel,
better.
Of course, after having faked her own death. She is now using the identity of Starkman's former TA. Does this imply that she killed the real Elizabeth? Maybe, but I'm not giving any more pity kills to this shit show. This is the kill count, not a charity. Also, you're telling me Rachel joined the FBI using a fake identity. Seems like the last job you could do that for. The movie ends with another crappy voiceover as Rachel takes us back to when she faked her death. How did that squatting cop not see her? She's right there, dude. Whatever, just give us a freeze frame and put us out of our misery. Let's quantify the kills Kunis created on her way to Quantico and get to the numbers.
Yeah. That's funny.
11 people died in American Psycho 2, which means the first movie has it beat in both quality and quantity. The victims consisted of 5 women and 6 men, giving us this all-American apple pie chart.
I would rather eat that pie, though.
That left us with a kill on average every 8 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Brian. It's mostly not off-screen, unlike every other kill in this movie.
That's not
and
fucking
it's not too
saying
often
much.
to see someone killed with a condom. Guess he could have used some more protection. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Patrick Bateman.
Dull machete for lamest kill. We'll have to go to the whole fucking movie. I'm not watching that film on DVD. I'm not going to watch it on streaming. I'm not buying it on Blu-ray. I'm not buying it on anything.
Probably for the best. In 2 weeks, Uncle Zorn returns for another episode, since I've also got to keep the podcast coming out. Until next time, I'm Chelsea Rebecca. This has been The Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
Marriage can be tough.
Matter of opinion.
Not really.
You have to work to rekindle that spark.
Honey, I'm just not in the mood.
When the hell are you in the mood?
So don't be afraid to try new things like sexy lingerie, romantic dinners, or even...
I love that film, Slither. I love that film. Are you kidding me?
Slithery worm
James Gunn is an awesome director. He's a really cool writer as well.
is forever.
For better or
That is a film I'd rather be watching.
Sweet, grab your life partner and some snacks.
Told your secretary to pack Mr. Pibb. It's the only Coke I like.
And won't you join us in watching James Gunn's directorial debut, Slither?
Shelby, are you nodding?
yeah, sorry.
Then on Friday, May 20th, watch returning host Zorn Voyage Kill Count, yet another killer worm movie.
I have that movie on Blu-ray on Scream Factory.
Only on Dead Meat.
Slither can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Danny always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before it's Kill Count. It's the only way to have your own.
Awesome movie.
Kill Counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks so much for watching the American Psycho 2.